Good morning. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another live session with me. My name is Emilio Jose Garcia, and today's topic is about how to create a mobile office, how to be able to be creative anywhere you are. Okay, let's just start the session with a little practice, and I'm gonna play these little bells that I have, and just allow yourself just a few seconds to close your eyes if you can, and then just take a couple of deep breaths, okay, and just relax and ease into this session with me. Okay, let's do it. Thank you so much, guys, for allowing yourself a few seconds to set the intention for this session. Okay, as I was saying, this session it's about how to be able to be creative anywhere you are, how to be able to work from anywhere you are. And this is a very inspiring topic for me. Why? Because I do love having full control of my time, full control of my creativity. Okay, that's why I design, and my wife and I, that's why we started this business 10 years ago, because we wanted to be flexible. We wanted to create a day and a week that suited our energy cycles, our creativity flows throughout the day and throughout the week. So being able to take our work with me, it was really important. It was a must because I enjoy working from home. I enjoy working from the library. I enjoy working from coffee places. I enjoy working from the park. I enjoy working from Spain if I'm visiting my family. I enjoy working when I'm on vacation. So I really wanted to create a mobile office for myself, and I wanted to create a job that allowed me to do that. So before getting started with the showing you what my how my mobile office looks like and what I carry around, okay, I wanna speak about the pros and cons first, because this is not something for everybody, most likely, and you don't have to take it to the extreme of being completely nomad and completely mobile. You can create a hybrid for yourself too. Okay, so you don't have to do all your work mobile. You can do maybe 10% of your work mobile, 20%, 30%, 50%, because so many people say, oh no, I have to do my work at my job because I have to do something physical there. Yeah, I agree with that. Some people have to be 8 hours or whatever long you have to work right there. But the reality for a lot of people, especially with COVID happening, is that they are seeing themselves working from home. They are seeing themselves batching the tasks. Maybe they have to do specific things at the office or at the laboratory, at the factory, wherever you work. And then you have to do some of that work online. Maybe it's replying to emails, creating something, having meetings, etc., etc. So the secret here is to find what do you do on a daily, weekly basis, and then start thinking about batching those tasks in a way that makes sense to you. Batching tasks mean, in my own example, when I work one-on-one with clients, right now I normally do it on Wednesdays. So that's my day, that's our day, because my wife and I work together. That's the day where we both go and we do the one-on-one work. So we watch all the one-on-one work only for Wednesdays. Before it was longer, more days, but now it's only Wednesdays. I batch my online calls like on Insight Timer, my podcast producing, my YouTube videos, everything that is online happens on Tuesdays and Thursdays, normally in the morning between 9:30 up to 2 p.m. Okay, so that's what's happening for me. So I created that schedule so that I could batch those tasks. okay, Mondays and Fridays are free days for me, meaning I can do whatever I want. So I work on marketing. I reply to emails. I can create a course. I can take the day off. I can do whatever I feel inspired to do. So it's a flexible day, and that's what I really really love about being able to be mobile. Okay, so some of the pros about being mobile, okay, is you are able to create your own schedule. That's the first one. Okay, so you can create whatever works for you. Second one, you don't have to commute. You don't have to drive to anywhere. You don't have to waste time moving around. Okay. Number three is that you can travel. You can explore different places because your job doesn't require you to be in a specific place. Okay. That happens for some of you. If you are 100% mobile, you can be a nomad if you wanted to. You can move to a different country. You can go on vacation for 3 weeks and still keep working. If you are doing 40% of your work remotely, maybe every week, a couple of days, you can go for an adventure somewhere. And I really love being able to do that. Uh, Another benefit is you can control your environment. Okay, that's really important. You can control the environment where you are working in. Okay, so if you want sunshine, you can go to the park and work there. If you want busyness, you can go to a coffee place and then you are in the middle of noise, and some people enjoy that. I enjoy that sometimes. If you are recording something or you need quiet time or you are doing meetings, you can go to a quiet space. Maybe you have a room in your home, maybe you go to the basement, maybe you enjoy working on the kitchen with a cup of coffee or tea. Whatever that is for you, you can create and control your environment. Okay, less interruptions and less distractions, because when you can control your environment, if you are being distracted, you can just move somewhere else and you can just remove yourself from that environment. That's really powerful. I do that at home sometimes. If my daughter is around, sometimes I enjoy having that energy around me. My wife is taking care of her, but I like working around there. But sometimes it's too much, so I need to remove myself from there so I can do that. Okay, and it's easier to design your ideal week when you can control all these things. It's easier to think about what is my energy flow throughout the day? What is my creativity flow throughout the day? When am I the most creative? When am I the most focused? And when am I the most tired? And then you design your day and your tasks accordingly to your specific situation. So I have friends that they do the majority of their mental work, they do it between 9 p.m. and 2 a.m. It's crazy because I cannot do that. But some people, that's their prime time. Some people say my prime time is from 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. For some people, it's like, for me, is when the children go to school. For me, is when my husband goes to work. For me, is when my wife is not home or when she's home. It doesn't matter. Everybody's going to be unique. But being able to create and have your mobile office is going to allow you to do that. Those are some of the pros. Okay. Do you guys can think of any other pros that I didn't mention? Because there are thousands. Any more pros that you can think of being able to be mobile and have a mobile work office studio, whatever you want to call it? If you have some, put them in the chat. Okay. And then I will read them out loud. And then let's talk about some of the cons. Okay, because there are always pros and there are always cons too. Some cons that I can think of is you need to be very intentional. Okay, so this means that you have to really be intentional about how you use your time, because you don't have someone to tell you what to do when. You have to be the one doing that. Okay, so that's one thing. You have to have internet and Wi-Fi access if you work using internet. Okay, and then isolation and lack of social interaction is something that it's important to mention. Some people are very social, and Negrito, stop it. My cat is chasing a bird on the window. Negrito, leave him alone. Go away. Okay, so the lack of social activity, social interaction is a huge one for some people. So that's why maybe you can go to coffee places, maybe you can work with other friends, maybe you can go to their house and you can alternate and do like an office kind of space on different people's homes if that's an option for you. Okay, and then another one is to like the commuting, right? So some people enjoy commuting. That's true. Some people enjoy being outside of their home, removing themselves from the familiarity of the home. Some people enjoy being in a different physical space when they work, and working from home is not something that they want to do. So when that happens, maybe you have to be creative and intentional about how you do it. Okay, so let me read some of the pros and cons. Make sure that you also share some cons too if you have some. Okay, let me see if I can see. So Cecilia says inspiration, so that's a pro. Amy says generally be willing to let spirit revise or edit your plan for the day. This is easier when mobile. Yeah, so sometimes life gets on the way, so you have a plan and life gets on the way, so you can be more flexible about what you do, the environment that you create for yourself. That's good. Being mobile uh, helps you view of the world. Yeah, being mobile allows you to see more things, to be in different environments. If you take it to the next level, like I did for 4 years, you can live in different countries, different cultures, and that's a huge learning opportunity. Seeing how other cultures live was one of the main life lessons that I had in my life. Being able to see how people live in India, in Thailand, in Vietnam, in Cambodia, in all these countries made me realize how many different ways of living exist. And that was something that I wouldn't be able to do if I wasn't traveling, right? So Amy says COVID taught all of us how much those little interactions in cafes, even gas stations, fills our needs as social beings. Absolutely. That social interaction is something that if you are a social person, you have to make sure that you include that in your day. Another pro is not having to get ready. Yoga pants and no makeup days. Yeah, this is something, again, you have full control of what you wear. Okay. I think it's important to set the intention. For some people, uh, again, for some people, having so much flexibility, it's a con because they don't have enough intention to get ready, to set the intention to batch things. Maybe they are overwhelmed. So this is a learning opportunity, okay? And it's not going to happen from day one. This is something that you start doing and you start perfectioning, okay? Catch ideas that happen outside of the office. Absolutely. You are, in my case, guys, I can tell you that my creativity rises when I can be flexible. So now it's winter time and it's a bit more difficult to be outside because it's cold. But when it's nice, this is one of my days, how it looks like sometimes. I get up in the morning, I take Eva to daycare, I come back, I have a coffee, and then I jump on my electric skateboard, and then I take a trail and I ride for like 20 minutes, and then I stop in my favorite coffee place, and then I have another coffee, or maybe I don't have a coffee at home and I have a coffee there, and then I do intentional work for maybe 1 to 2 hours. Okay, I do 2 hours of work at that coffee place, and then I get out, I stretch my legs, I get on my electric skateboard, and I cruise to the library. They have a beautiful common space. You don't have to drink anything, you don't have to eat anything, you can use it for as long as you want. Beautiful Wi-Fi. So I go there and then I work for another couple hours, and then I have lunch, and then I maybe go to a park and I lay down or I listen to music. I go to see a friend. I kind of do something social there, and then I come back home. And then I maybe pick up my daughter, or I go to play squash, or I do another 2 hours of intentional work. So that's how my day looks like. And that's how beautiful it can be when you have a mobile office. Okay? So let me know, guys, if you have any questions so far before I show you what I have in my mobile office, because I think it's important to see an example. Um, okay, let me know if you guys have any questions before I jump into about the pros and the cons. So Amy says, when I brought and directed plays, I could travel wherever the work was. New York City, Indiana, New Mexico. The Greyhound took me wherever I could secure work in a theater and university. After I got the work, I will arrange travel and housing, then start planning the next gig. Yeah, so travel, novelty, cultural differences across the country fuel new ideas creatively. Yeah, this is an example of how moving around for Amy, it was inspiring. It was a good creativity source for her. Love term international work at office reactive. So Tonya says that at the office you are reactive. Why? Because you have interactions that you don't like. Is that what I'm getting from here? Another thing that I want to mention, guys, especially with COVID happening and now countries are opening up, because so many people are working online now, so many people are working fully online now, there are lots of nomad visas, they are called. They are called travel nomad visas. If you type that on Google, you will see so many countries offering special visas that you can remain in the country between 3 months and up to 2 years, depending on the country, and you can work there. Why can you work there? Because you are bringing external income into that country, and you're going to be paying for housing, you're going to be eating, you're going to be sightseeing, and you're going to be injecting into the local economy. And you have, what they require is that you have a source of income that is not coming from the country that you are going. So in my case, I could go to Spain. I don't need a visa there, but there is a nomad visa there. I could go to Mexico up to 2 years, and if I can prove a specific amount of income online, they will give me that visa. So depending on your specific situation, that's something that you can also explore. Okay, travel nomad visa. Okay, guys, do you want to see what I have in how my mobile office looks like? Yes, absolutely. Yes. Okay. So this is just an example of how mine looks like. Okay. Yours can look different. But the first thing that I have is a laptop. And I am using it right now, so I cannot show it to you. But I have a laptop. And I have a laptop that does what I need. So what do I mean by this? When you get a laptop, you have to make sure that you understand what you are going to be using it for. Okay. If you are going to do emails, video calls, and just regular stuff, that's fine. Any laptop is gonna be okay. Okay. If you, like me, you need to do video editing, audio processing, and stuff like that, then I needed a very powerful laptop. Okay. So I made sure that I researched the software that I was gonna use. In my case, I use Adobe Premiere, and I use Audacity, and I use some of these powerful softwares that they require a lot of memory, speed, graphic resolutions, etc., etc. You don't need to know anything about it. You just go to the software that you are planning on using, and you just go to the requirements page, and they will tell you this is the laptop that you need. It needs to have this speed, this processor, whatever. Okay, so I made sure that my laptop had those requirements covered. Okay, so I have a laptop, and that allows me to do everything, a laptop and the charger. So with the laptop, I myself got a hard drive because my laptop doesn't have a lot of memory, only has 500 gigabytes, and I have a lot of video content, courses. So I use this as my external hard drive. Okay. Adobe Premiere and Audacity is the other software that I use. Those are the two ones. And then I have to upload a lot of content to different platforms. I also use Insight Timer. So to produce, especially video editing, is the main activity that I need a very powerful laptop for. Okay. And then any video processing software, if you have to process video, you need that. If you don't have to do video editing, honestly, any laptop these days is gonna do just fine. Okay. So what else do I have regarding technology? I have an external webcam. This is the Logitech C920. If you wanna, Logitech C920. And this is a camera that plugs into a USB port of my computer and then gives you high definition video and really good audio. Okay, so I love this camera because it's very portable, and my laptop doesn't have a great camera and doesn't have a great microphone. So this gives you professional looking video and audio. Again, it's a Logitech C920. Okay. Another thing that I use when I have to do meetings, and if I'm gonna be in a dark space, I have a little light ring that clips on the top of my computer. Okay, it's very small, but it's very powerful, and it has different intensities. So I can clip this light on top of beside my webcam, and then it shines my face really, really nicely. So this is I just got it at Amazon, but this is a very nice external light if you foresee yourself doing meetings that you need to look good at and there is not enough lighting. These two things, I don't carry them with me all the time, okay? I will look at my calendar, and then if I have something, I will put it in my backpack. If I don't, I won't carry them with me. They are optional, okay? So I have a dedicated backpack. I have a dedicated backpack for my office. This backpack is only for my mobile office. I don't use it for anything else. So I have a water bottle on one side, I have a coffee mug on the other side, okay? And then inside I can put my laptop, I can put my journal, and I can put everything that I am telling you, my hard drive, okay? So technology-wise, I also have a set of headphones, okay? Sorry, I don't know the brand of the light. I just got it at Amazon. It's just like around, there are thousands of them, and they are all pretty good. Okay, so when it comes to headphones, I have a case with headphones that are wired, so I use them in my computer, and then I have a SD card reader, and I have the chargers for my phone and a charger for my Bluetooth speaker. I also have an external Bluetooth speaker, a little one that I carry with me if I want to have music or if I want to enjoy. Again, this speaker I will only carry with me if I am in a space just by myself, okay? If I go to a coffee place, to the library, I will not carry the speaker. I will only carry my headphones, okay? But this is a little case, and then I have my headphones in here. I have the 2 cable charges, and I have the SD card reader, okay? I also have a little mouse that sometimes I use. It's very little, and then the cable is retractable. That's something that I use sometimes if I am tired of using the touchpad, okay? Another thing that I have that I'm using right now, it's an audio recorder. This is a professional audio recorder. It's called Zoom H1N. Zoom H1N. It's very small. It fits inside this Ziploc bag. I use this audio recorder as a microphone. I use it to record these sessions, and I use it to record any audio content for audio courses that you may listen from me. Majority of them are from this audio recorder or from my phone. But the audio recorder fits in here. I can use it with batteries, and I can use it with a wire. Right now it is connected with a USB wire. And again, I can use it as a microphone, I can use it as an audio recorder, and I can use it as a portable audio recorder too. And the brand is Zoom, ZOOM H1N. H1N. That is the specific one that I have, and I love it. It's really, really small, it's very professional, and it does the work for me. Using Ziploc bags to contain your devices and the cables that you need and everything in one and labeling it is going to allow you to have things in your backpack very organized, okay? Very organized. And then if I don't need this audio recorder, I will take it out of my backpack, and when I need it, I will put it in. Normally, this one lives in my backpack because I use it at least twice a week. So it makes sense for me to have it in my backpack, okay? Another thing that I have technology-wise is my phone. I always carry my phone with me, and I have a little tripod, okay? A little tripod. I have this one, and then I have a foldable one that is very small, and it's a USB. It has a USB remote, and then it's also like a selfie stick and a tripod all in one, and it's very small. It's smaller than this one, but I'm using it, so I cannot. You cannot see it. But basically, a tripod is going to allow you to watch content without having to hold your phone. It's going to allow you to have video calls without having to hold your phone, and it's just very useful, okay? And then this one has the legs that are flexible like this, so I use this to hold the phone for my daughter. If we are in the car, we went for a trip, and then I use this to hold the phone on the plane. So very, very helpful. And I also have a set of Bluetooth headphones. Okay, very important. This is just a wire one that is Bluetooth. I just put it behind my ears, and then it doesn't need a wire connected to the device. Or you can get some of those earbuds that don't have a wire at all. But Bluetooth headphones, very, very helpful. Allows you to have your own music, allows you to be in a meeting, and you are not bugging anyone. Okay, so when it comes to tripods, there are so many tripods out there. Just choose the one that you like and the one that is going to fit your needs. Okay, so something else that I carry with me is two Tupperwares, two plastic Tupperwares, okay, and then a napkin and a set of cutlery and a Swiss knife. Why do I carry that with me? Because the Tupperware is going to allow me, they are going to allow me to pack a lunch, okay? So when I go out, I don't want to eat always in restaurants or always order food. So I can prepare my lunch in the morning, and I have two that they nest inside of each other, so they don't take a lot of space. And then I put my lunch in here, lunch, snacks, whatever. So that's one way I use this. So I can go to my friend's house and have lunch, and I don't put pressure on him or her that they have to feed me. I just say, I just want to have lunch with you. I take care of my own lunch. I don't care. I just want to see you. Or I am at the library, I can eat. I am in a park, I can eat. I have my own food. That's one way. Another way I use them, if I go to a restaurant to have breakfast, to have lunch, to have whatever, majority of the times I don't eat everything. It's just too much food. So I will put the leftovers in here, and then I can have them for dinner. I can have them, I can give them to my wife, or I can do whatever. I can eat them the next day. So that allows me to reduce waste at the restaurant. I don't produce any waste, and I don't need to have a container that I have to throw out after. Okay, and then a napkin, the same thing. I like cleaning my mouth, so I have a napkin. Okay, another thing that I have is a little tape measure, okay, in case I have to measure something. And then I have my journal, and then I have some color markers, and I have a pen with four colors, like black, red, green, and black, and blue. Okay, this is a BIC, the typical retro pen that you all guys probably know. Okay, and then I also have a little notebook that sometimes, if I don't want to carry everything with me, I put this in my pocket, and then if I have ideas, whatever, I can write them down in here. Okay, I have a mirror, and you may be thinking, why do you have a mirror in your backpack? Well, guys, to do mirror work, okay, I talk about this in my self-care course. Sometimes I enjoy looking at myself and talking to myself, and I am not crazy. That's a technique that it's very well known and it's very effective. So basically, I have the mirror and I stand in front of it, and I can have a conversation with myself. I can do affirmations. I can comb my hair. I can whatever. I can do whatever I want. Self-love, self-care, whatever. But I like to have a mirror too in my backpack. Okay, and then those are technology things that I need. Again, in your case, you may need something different. Start testing the idea and see what you need, what you enjoy, and you will start perfecting your mobile office. Things that I have for self-care. Sometimes I carry my juggling balls with me. Why? Because especially if I'm gonna have a flexible day, I enjoy the variety that the day gives me. I enjoy riding my bicycle or my electric skateboard or whatever, or walking, going to a location, working for 1 or 2 hours, and then stretching my legs, going to a different place, maybe having lunch, and then I juggle my balls. Even like 10 minutes of juggling like makes me feel really, really well. So juggling my balls is something that I do a lot, and I may carry them with me a lot. Oh, another thing that you can carry is you can carry little candles and a lighter if you want to set the atmosphere. You can put a candle beside you. There is nothing that you cannot have, right? Another thing that you can have is essential oils. Guys, you can have your favorite small essential oil, and then when you just feel like whatever, you just smell it, and then it gives you a boost. It's like, whoa, I love this smell. It's just so amazing. So think about how I am talking about the creativity aspect, the environment aspect, the candles, the scent, the movement with the juggling balls. Sometimes I throw my slackline in my backpack too, and I bring the slackline because I go to the park, I set the slackline. The slackline is basically a rope that you put between two trees and then you can walk on it. So I will set the slackline, I will have my juggling balls, and then I have a blanket on the ground, and then I do some work, and then I go and do the slackline, juggling my balls, and then I go back and I do a little bit more of work, and I mix my day in a way that I feel like I'm on vacation every single day, and I am not. I'm still working. And another thing that you can carry, something like this, the chimes that you just listen at the beginning, they are super small. They fit in this little case here, and they don't take almost any space. Look how small they are. They are very small. They fit in my hand. They are very, very small, but they make a beautiful noise. So sometimes if you are feeling overwhelmed, if you need to relax, you can just do this in your ear a few times and just close your eyes and just take a couple of deep breaths. And then you are practicing self-care, you are practicing deep breathing, you are meditating a little bit, and then you just play these little things and they just relax you so much. Okay? So this is how my mobile office looks like. Again, this is mine. Yours can look completely different. Maybe my wife, she loves painting. So she has a little set of watercolor paintings that doesn't take almost any space. And she brings that set everywhere she goes. So we go to traveling, we go whatever. She has a little notebook with watercolor paper, and then she has that set, and then she sits on a bench, and then she spends like 2 hours painting. And I'm beside her just juggling my balls, or doing slacklining, or walking around, or playing with my daughter. And then everybody's having fun. And guess what happens with our daughter? What do you think she's going to do when she grows up? She's just exposed to all these ideas. So she jumps on the slackline, she's juggling my balls, she's coloring with mommy, she's breathing with papi. Sometimes we just sit in silence and then she's just with me and I don't say anything and then she's just there. And now she's comfortable doing that, just doing nothing, and I touch her forehead like this, and then she just relaxes. So again, start thinking about, what do you guys enjoy doing? Okay? How does your work look like? How much percentage of your job can you do remotely? Because it's okay if you cannot do the whole thing online like I do, it's fine, but you can start batching your tasks. You can start batching the activities that you are doing. And then you start creating a day that is so intentional, creating a day that is fun, and creating a day that at the end of the day, you are not drained, you are energized because you are nurturing everything that you love. Okay? So guys, let's jump into questions. Now we have 15 minutes to just answer questions, brainstorm ideas. What's coming up for you after seeing all this? And someone wants me to juggle my balls, so I can juggle 3 balls with you here. Okay, so this is some of the juggling that I can do, 3 balls. And then I can do 4 balls too. There you go, I have 4 balls in the air now. Okay, and then I can do 2 balls with one hand. Oops, I can do 2 balls with the other hand. And now I'm learning how to do 5 balls. Okay, so that's my challenge. So it's something fun for me because juggling challenges me. Juggling makes me move. Juggling is exciting. Juggling is playful. Juggling encourages people's conversation. So there are so many benefits of juggling, and it's just such a simple thing that I can do anywhere. And if I don't have my balls, guess what? I grab 3 rocks. I grab 3 pine cones. I grab 3 shoes, whatever I have, and I start juggling. You don't need the balls if you don't want to. Okay, let me see. Thank you for sharing all your office. You are welcome. I can do 3, not 4. Awesome. Diana, I just practiced. It took me a while to get the four. I'm not gonna lie to you. Essential oils are going in my travel bag now. Amazing, love it. I would like to request doing 1 day virtual. Need to pitch it to my boss and show I can work from my laptop anywhere. Sharon, that's a reality for so many people. They want to work from home, but they are not allowed to. And this is what I will do. Okay, I will request. I will some people, and I read this in a book from Tim Ferriss. I think it was the 4 hour week. I think it was. He was explaining how some people transition from not being allowed to working from home to working from home a few days a week. Okay, so how they did it is they have an office, they have to be somewhere. Okay, so they started going somewhere else, and then people started to expect them not being there, but they were still somewhere in the at the in the same office. Maybe they were in the washroom, maybe they changed desks, maybe they went somewhere else, but they are still in the building. Then from there, they started to transition into the coffee place down the building. So they are still there. They can go anywhere in 2 minutes, but they are not in the office. Okay. And then they started to get the same amount of work done and even more. And then once people started to realize that they are not there, they stopped the dynamics of interrupting, going there, and they started to realize, oh, this person is normally not here, and that's fine. They're still working. And then they start to transition staying home, and then they start showing the boss the results. This is how much I produce, and this is how much time I spend. So if you let me do it from home, I'm gonna be more productive. So start brainstorming ideas, start proving to your boss, if you have a boss, how much more efficient you can be, and start showing them the results. That's what you need. Okay, so love the self-care. I am a stay-at-home mom. So Christine, for you, if you're a stay-at-home mom, what can you do to make your day more fun? Something, when I was with my daughter, because my wife and I, we do 50% each, I was tired of being a dad sometimes. I'm not going to lie, because you don't nurture your own hobbies. You are always caring for someone else. So I started to flip the coin into the, what can I do to make this fun for both of us? How can I make my day more fun for me too? Because I'm a human too, and I also have needs. So I started to brainstorm. Okay, I'm gonna go to the park with Eva, and I'm gonna bring my juggling balls. So I've gone to the park with the juggling balls, with the slackline, with my didgeridoo, and playing my didgeridoo in the park. So those are activities that I was doing with Eva. Eva was playing, and I was doing this. And it's not that I'm doing my own thing all the time. No, I'm still interacting with her. But it's a social time for both of us. We go for bike rides, and I have a bicycle trailer. I can transport her in. So I throw a blanket, all her friends, stories, my juggling balls. We go to the park, and guess what? Everybody has fun, not just her. So that's what I do to make things a bit more fun. Starlight say, Emilio, I saw lemon essential oil. What was the other one you show us? So these are my wife's. This is lavender, and this is lemon. These are two of the things of the smells that I like the most. My wife has a whole collection of essential oils in there. Emilio, have you always been creative? I will say that I have always fought to be able to do what I love. Let's put it that way. I always try to find a way to do what I had to do and have fun at the same time. Sometimes I'm not successful. Sometimes I'm frustrated. But I will say that by creating your self-care list, by really sharing your own needs with your family members, especially my wife now, by having created a job that I don't have a boss imposing something on me, I have full control of what I do. So all those things together allows me to be creative, allows me to create a day that works for me. So I will say that no, before I was working for someone else, I was frustrated. I knew I needed something else, but I didn't know how to make it happen. So until 2012, I didn't have my own business, but I knew I wanted to, but I just didn't know how to make it happen. So there was a period of my life that I was working 8 hours a week like everybody else, and I didn't like it, but I had to do it because I didn't know what else to do. But I still had fun weekends. I still had my evenings with activities that I liked. So I would say, yes, I think I have always been creative. What if goal is to be in another distant location for a set time each year, but can't afford to get started? Fear of losing regular income line. So, Tonya, if you are exploring that idea, I will explore all the possibilities that are laying in front of you. When I transitioned into this business, I had a full-time job and I was at the same spot where you are now. And I was thinking, I don't want to let go of this job because I don't have enough income to sustain myself. So, and I don't know if it's going to work. So it took me probably 3 or 4 months. My wife went full-time in the business and I was just doing evenings and weekends. Okay. After a few months, I was confident and I thought that I didn't have any options. This is just keep this in mind, Tonya. I believed I didn't have any options. So I created a letter and I gave it to my boss, a resignation letter saying I am leaving because I believe I didn't have any options. So I gave it to my boss and this is what happened. He said, "Oh, wait a second. Why are you leaving?" "Oh, because I have my business." "I know you have your business, but are you full time there?" Say, "No." "So why don't you work for me a few days?" And I said, "Okay, that sounds interesting." Okay. So I was doing 4 days with them, 1 day with my business. A few weeks later, 2 days for my business, 3 days for them. And then a few months later, 3 days for my business, 2 days for them. To the point that every Friday I was calling them, telling them when I was available. And they will give me work, whatever hours I was available. I didn't even consider that idea. So open yourself up to any options. Share what you want to do, get started in your free time, and then hopefully you will get the ball rolling and you will know when it feels right. That's going to be different for every person. And sometimes you don't even have to leave your job if you don't want to. You can reduce the hours or you can. Another example, and then I go to the next question. I was working in Barcelona in a company. The company had very specific rules saying only 2 week vacation all at once. You can only take vacations between July and August and blah, blah, blah. There was this worker. He was from Ecuador. He was super nice guy. He was a great worker. He was always in a great mood. He did his job properly. And then he said, "I have my family in Ecuador and I'm leaving for a month." "Oh, you can do that?" "Well, I'm leaving. When I come back, I'll reach out." Every year he did that. He was the only person who was doing that. And there were so strict rules. So this shows you that if you are a good worker, if you are in a good mood, if you show up and you are intentional, you just say your availability and then people will take whatever they can from you. They will take whatever they can from you because you know how difficult it is to find good people. Very difficult. So just don't forget how valuable you are and just whatever you do, show up with intention. And I promise you that you will find a way to make that happen. Okay. Let me see. What other questions? So we have been working from home for lockdown and my boss would like me to transition back into the office. I need to come up with a plan and pitch it too. Carol, that's a great opportunity for you if you have proved to him that you can work from home and the work is being done. This is a great opportunity for you to show him ideas. And I have seen a lot of people here, very interesting unfolding for many different people, okay, after COVID, because offices don't know what to do yet. Some companies are going full-time, 100%. Other companies are going full-time at home. Other companies are doing a hybrid. Other companies are giving the employees the option. So I have a friend, she's doing 2 days at the office, 3 days at home, and she loves that balance. She gets the social time and social office time, but then she has the 3 days at home that she really likes. So think about, start with intention. Look inside of you and think, what is my best case scenario? And start from there, okay? Don't take anything less. Start from what you want to create for yourself and propose that. And then find appealing reasons so that your boss cannot say no. And don't say, "I want to do this forever." Just say, "Let me try for 1 week. Let me just try for 1 week." And I promise you that when they see the unfolding, then you say, "Let me try for another week. Let's just do a month." And then you start sharing what you are doing and how you are doing it. And it will become easier for you to do it. I promise it will. When is your birthday, Emilio? My birthday is August 17th. Uh, I can only do what I love. Stay true to myself. Yeah, Anon, amazing. And sometimes you have to distinguish here, okay? Especially when it comes to work. Sometimes you can do what you love, but you have to find a way to get paid for it, okay? And sometimes that takes time. So don't mix up your passion and what you love doing with the way you earn money. Those are two different things. Ideally, they will be combined. That's the idea, right? You do what you love, the way you love it, and you get paid for it. That will be the ideal case scenario. But to get there is not a straight line. Sometimes it takes time. Sometimes you have to develop your expertise. You have to offer something that people want to buy from you. So while you are getting good at it, practicing, testing, remove the financial pressure by having another source of income. Don't dry your dream because you are expecting your dream to pay you right now, today, because that's not going to happen. Most likely, it's going to be difficult. It's going to take a little bit of time. It's going to look different for each of you. Okay. It's good to be playful. People don't stop playing because they grow old. They grow old because they stop playing. Liz, I love that. And it's so true. We all need to play more. Guys, that's why you see me doing all these crazy things, because if I don't do them, I become a cranky old man. And I don't like being that. Okay. What else? This is so inspiring. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Uh, okay. Amazing, guys. So this is the end of today's session. I hope that you guys feel inspired to think about how can you be more creative, how can you work from anywhere you are, how can you create a day and a week that you love. And even if you cannot go to the 100% love, even if you get to the 30% love, that's better than the 0% love. Okay, so always aim for whatever you can and then take whatever you can. Okay, so just get started, get practicing, start, create your mobile office with the things that you think you may need, and then get out of there, get out of your house, of your office, go somewhere new, see how it unfolds, see if you like it, see if you have everything you need. Think about things that you need, things that you can perfect. How can I do my task in a better way? So, and just keep testing until you find the right recipe for you. How much time do you enjoy outside? How much time do you enjoy at the office? What is the right mix for you? And what is the right mix for your company environment if you work for someone else? And don't make assumptions. Please do not make assumptions. You don't know what's available to you until you ask for it, until you take action. Okay? And there always needs to be the first person. Okay? Always have the first person needs to appear to do something different for everybody else to follow suit. Maybe you are that first person. Okay? So don't stop doing what you think you should be doing. Just follow your truth, create the day that you love, and then just go ahead and do it. Okay, guys? I hope that you enjoy this session. I would like to remind you, in case you are interested, that next week I'm starting a workshop here on Inside Timer. Okay, it's a workshop called How to Live a Mindful and Minimalist Life, and we're gonna be talking about different topics throughout 5 sessions. Okay, and I also have another workshop that starts in 2 weeks called How to Create Your Peaceful and Clutter-Free Home. That one is a 2 session workshop. So if you guys are interested, check my profile on Inside Timer. And if you are listening to the recording, I will drop 2 links below. Okay. And also, I also have 3 courses on Inside Timer that you can check. Okay. If you want to keep learning at your own pace. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoy this session. Let's transition out together. Please allow yourself a few minutes to just close your eyes if you can, breathe a few deep breathings, and then just listen to the noise, to the sound. Thank you so much, guys, for your presence today, for your energy. I love these sessions and I love your company. I will see you on Tuesday for the next live session, or on Thursday if you join the workshop. Okay? Adios, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Bye.